All right, the oven mitts are off, the spatulas are out. It's almost time for two chefs to throw down for the big Iron Chef Tucson event to see which one rules over the taste buds in this town. Today, Chef Michael Elefante from Mama Louisa is gearing up for the competition by cooking for us, which is the best way to gear up, by the way.
Absolutely, right? The day before, get ready for it, you know? Get you in the mood.
I know you're probably doing a lot of gearing up, but today, what are you going to be making us to get ready?
So what we're going to be making today, we're going to make a Guanciale Carbonara. Traditionally, you can make this with bacon or pork belly. This is some guanciale from a butcher here in town, which is made from the pork jowl. And it's, you know, either bacon or your pork belly, whatever you want to do. And a little bit of onion, and we're gonna start sweating those off just to get it started at first.
Well, I love the smell and the sound already of what you're making us. And let me also congratulate you for being one of the competitors. Already, that's awesome in itself.
Thank you.
But kind of tell me a little bit about your background.
So I grew up in the restaurant industry. My family's owned Mama Louisa's since '73. It's been around since '56. And then in 2010, I left, was a chef out in Dove Mountain for 4 years at the Ritz-Carlton, and then came back in 2014 to Mama's and haven't looked back.
Well, what made you come back?
My aunt wanted to open up her own location out on Houghton, so I came back to take this one over, and me and my brother are running that one now.
That is awesome, and can I say I'm a big fan. And actually, my favorite dish at Mama Louisa's is going to be a special that you guys are going to be running, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Joe Special. Oh, I might smell like garlic for a day or two, but I love me some Joe Special. What is the Joe Special?
So the Joe Special is pretty much been our signature dish for almost the whole time of the restaurant. It's our homemade pasta. We layer that with a little bit of hot pepper seeds, some garlic and oil, a little bit of cheese, bake it in the oven, and then we finish it with our homemade tomato sauce that simmers for 6 hours. We age it for 2 days. A lot of love, simple dish, but it's got a lot of love in it.
Oh, I taste the love. I taste the love. If you guys have not had that at Mama Louisa's, make sure that you guys get, no, that's like a throwback. Like you said, you guys have had that on the menu for a long time, but what's new?
So what's new, we got our third generation menu that we just came out with, me being the third generation of the family to own the restaurant. So we wanted to kind of put some newer culinary trends on it, and just some new ideas, so it's not necessarily slinging red sauce, as I like to call it. So we've got like a nice brined pork chop, a Sicilian grilled skirt steak. We took the classic relish tray that you would get at like a restaurant that came on like those little aluminum bowls. And we modernized it a little bit with all the stuff is pickled in-house, from like little mini cornichons that taste like pepperoncinis to stuffed peppadew, some homemade pancetta. All different kinds of stuff on that too.
Oh my goodness! Go back to what you're making. Absolutely. So I can see where we're going.
So most carbonaras you don't add cream to it, but here in this town and the way I like mine, I like a little cream in mine. Most of the time you thicken it up with starch water, but who doesn't love a little cream with their food, especially Italian food? So, so this is our homemade fettuccine. We make this every day along with our linguine. We make about 120 pounds of pasta a day. From scratch. So what we're just trying to do is just give this a little warmth, get it to loosen up. You never want to add cold pasta to any dish, or else it's going to seize up and it doesn't marry well together. So you always want to get your pasta hot before you're going to add it to anything. So, and then we're just going to kind of fold this cream in here. We're going to add just a little bit of fresh Parmesan grated to it. There's already a bunch in the cream sauce. We added a bunch of cheese to it, so hence the reason why it's nice and thick. And then now this is ready, it's warm. It only takes a couple seconds to warm up. And we're just gonna throw that in there and give this a nice quick little mix in. You wanna add a lot of pepper to this. Traditionally, this dish has got a lot of pepper to it. Especially peppers goes really well with the cream sauce. It kind of helps to cut through all the fats in it. So we'll let this cook for just a couple minutes, maybe like a minute, to get everything together.
While that's kind of getting to its deliciousness, if I had to ask you what you like to cook, I mean, I'm sure that's probably hard to narrow down, but is there something that kind of, you know, tickles your fancy?
I like barbecue, honestly. If I'm not gonna cook Italian, barbecue's my thing. I like and traditional barbecue, like smoking meats. I don't, you know, grilling and barbecue are separate. So I like the soul of heating up the charcoals, getting the ribs or pork shoulder, pork butt, anything like that, and getting it ready. And that's That's my jams. That's where I like to sit on my Sundays.
Well, that's probably going to come in handy then at the Iron Chef tomorrow, because you don't know what what you're going to have to handle.
Yeah, exactly.
So how are you kind of gearing up? Are you guys maybe taking some of the Iron Chef dishes and maybe you're going to bring them back, or what are we doing?
Yeah, so we're going to, whatever it is, hopefully the idea behind it is during the week, we're going to have a little special menu, so you'll be able to try some form of the dish when, Monday through, I think it's going to be Thursday that we're going to do it. So you can come in, we'll have a little set menu that we'll set down at the table, and you can, if you want, you can go through the whole Iron Chef dinner with it. So
taking care of all of us. Go ahead and finish this up for us.
So traditionally, you're going to take your carbonara off the stove, and you're going to take it off the burner, and you're going to take a little egg yolk here, and you're going to put the egg yolk in. You want to offer the heat, and then you're going to just start whisking or mixing this in, whatever you want to call it. And what this is going to do is going to add a nice richness to it as well, and it's going to make it nice and creamy and shiny. But the reason you take it off the heat is you don't want it to scramble the egg.
Right.
So you just want to just fold it in. It's going to give it this beautiful velvet flavor to go with it. And then it's ready right there. That's when you serve it. Right at the end is when you add that. So we're going to take this, going to get a nice twirl on it, put it right in the center. And then we'll just kind of sprinkle this stuff all around it. Get all that guanciale.
Oh my goodness.
Put right on there.
It's like a thing of beauty, Chef. Now, before I remind everybody about Iron Chef and all of that, and where you guys are located and how to come taste all of this deliciousness, really quick, who's this behind you? I have to ask.
That's my competition. He's been spying on me, apparently. That's Mr. Travis Peters himself.
I thought he was creeping up on us to hear all the things we were talking about today. Chef, you are magic in the kitchen. You're super fun. You've got humor. I love it. This is beautiful. I've been keeping myself empty in the tummy so that I could eat this today.
Yeah, you can't have calorie-free Italian food. It's not good. It's got to be cooked with the soul.
Love it. Chef, good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
you guys, you at home are invited to see Chef Michael compete in the 2017 Iron Chef Tucson competition tomorrow at the Westin La Paloma. The day's activities include the culinary experience, and I'm actually going to be there at 12:30. Follow me there as well. And then at night, the Iron Chef Tucson event will be going on. For information and tickets, go online to ironcheftucson.com. And to visit Michael's restaurant, head to Mama Louisa's at 2041 South Craycroft Road.